Ladies and gentlemen, the flags on the podium represent countries of origin of Ripon College graduates and other students. We honor them with their flags. We now honor the flag of Wisconsin and the United States of America with the presentation of flags by cadets of the Ripon College ROTC unit. Please remove your caps. Gentlemen, present the colors.
You may be seated. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of the graduating class, parents and friends of the graduates, members of the faculty and staff, and other distinguished guests. I'm Messitte, the 13th president of Ripon College. It is a pleasure to welcome you to Commencement 2017 in this, the 166th year of Ripon College. The exercises today are a celebration. We are here to honor the scholars who will walk the stage in a few minutes. Soon to be grads, we are all proud of you, your faculty, staff, your families and friends. We applaud your experiences and achievements inside and outside of the classroom. Today we also celebrate the achievements of your soon-to-be alma mater, Ripon College, our college, once again about to send out new alumni into a world that needs your help, wisdom, and talent. While your degrees may be an individual achievement, you stand on the shoulders of so many people. The pride of your relatives and friends, your professors and coaches, and the staff who worked with you at your time at Ripon, today is an important day for them too. It has been a tradition at Ripon since 1957 to focus each commencement upon a particular theme. The theme changes each year, but it always relates to the college's commitment to the liberal arts. This, the 151st commencement at Ripon, celebrates the theme Wisconsin Food and Entrepreneurship by recognizing the commitment to food that contributes to the state's distinctive identity. Wisconsin does have its own unique food culture, and agriculture represents a significant part of the state's economy. The dairy state is known internationally for its cheeses, but its rich culinary tradition extends far beyond cheddars and creams. Wisconsin is world famous for brats, craft beer, Kringles, cheese curds, custard, fish fry, Door County cherry pies, cranberries, whitefish boils, supper clubs, butter burgers, brandy old fashions, and some of the finest Italian food outside of Italy. Yeah. Restaurants and dinner tables all over the world draw from Wisconsin's rich farming heritage, and the state's restaurants are some of the best in the country. Our keynote speaker, Craig Culver, is a true Wisconsin-made success that has gone national. A generation of Ripon students have enjoyed their fair share of custard and butter burgers. Craig has played a key role as a mentor to franchisees and their team members, as well as several Ripon graduates who have followed their entrepreneurial path and opened successful businesses in the greater Green Lake Ripon area. Culver and Stefano Viglietti, a self-taught chef and entrepreneur from Sheboygan, Wisconsin, will each receive honorary degrees for their outstanding contributions to food culture as Wisconsin restaurateurs and small business owners. Stefano's restaurants in Sheboygan are a revelation to anyone who cares about great food from local sources. He magically combines the best meats and cheeses and produce from Wisconsin with family recipes from Italy. New takes on classic breakfast food and Old English pub fare. He is someone who is following his passion, and it shows in the thousands of devoted diners who come from hundreds of miles away to eat at his restaurant. Today, we also honor posthumously Alwyn Al Jarreau, an outstanding graduate of the class of 1962 who has left his mark on this campus and across the world as a jazz legend and 7-time Grammy winner. We will begin by awarding our first honorary degree, Literarium Humaniorem Doctor, Doctor of Humane Letters, to chef and restaurateur Stefano Viglietti. He will be presented for the award by Penelope Pate Green, Ripon College trustee.
Mr. President, I have the distinct honor to present Stefano Viglietti for the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters. The following has been inscribed on his behalf. In recognition of your spirit of entrepreneurship with the 4 restaurants you own and operate in Sheboygan, Wisconsin, with respect for the widespread recognition your establishments receive in industry, regional, and national publications, in admiration for your emphasis on incorporating into all of your establishments great meats, cheeses, and produce from local sources, and for providing outstanding learning experiences for your employees, as well as Ripon students, to help expand knowledge and appreciation for authentic Italian cuisine and local sourcing. Now, therefore, I proudly present Stefano Viglietti for the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters.
Mr. Stefano Viglietti, by the authority vested in me and the Board of Trustees of Ripon College, I confer upon you the degree Literarium Humaniorem Doctor, Doctor of Humane Letters, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
It's an incredible honor. When I got the initial email and contact, I thought, really? That's okay, I guess, yeah. And you know, it was 1991, I walked across the stage, not unlike this one, in Galesburg, Illinois, a small school in the ACM, just like Ripon, with a major in history and a whole bunch of econ classes, and no clue what I would do. I only knew I loved cooking, loved Italy, and I have to tell you that I think that the ACM degree, the degree that I got at that school, prepared me. I didn't know exactly how at that point, but I was ready to tackle the world, and I could not wait to get out and go. I'm a little jealous because I have to be honest, the last 26 years from that point till now has been just an incredibly amazing ride, and you all have that to look forward to, so I'm really, really happy for you. I'm honored to be here, and I'm extremely excited about what you're all going to do because I'm convinced the best leaders in this country come from institutions just like this. So I wish you well and congratulations, and thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Stefano. Our second honorary degree candidate and today's keynote speaker, Craig Culver, will receive the honorary degree Literarium Humaniorem Doctor, Doctor of Humane Letters. He will be presented for the degree by trustee Mark Franzine, class of 1983.
Mr. President, I have the distinct honor to present Craig Culver for the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters. The following has been inscribed on his behalf. With respect for your position as co-founder and chairman of the board of the Culver's restaurant chain, in honor of your contributions to the food culture of Wisconsin with cook-to-order food and gracious Midwestern hospitality, now featured at more than 600 Culver's restaurants in 24 states. In recognition of your mentorship to your franchisees and their team members, as well as many Ripon graduates have followed the entrepreneurial path and opened successful businesses. And in admiration of your community service as a member of the National and Wisconsin Restaurant Associations and a board member of the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh Foundation, the Bank of Prairie du Sac, Quick Trip, and the Greater Sauk County Community Foundation. Now, therefore, I proudly present Craig Culver for the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters.
Craig Culver, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Ripon College, I confer upon you the degree of Literarium Humaniorum Doctor, Doctor of Humane Letters, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto.
Thank you, everybody. Like Stefano, it truly is an honor for me to be here today. I'm a guy that hardly got through college, by the way, so to get an award like this is truly, truly an honor. Today is Mother's Day, so to all you moms out there, thank you. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for these graduating students. It's very obvious that you've made quite a difference. So thank you. And with that said, I'm not going to talk about Butterburgers today or frozen custard or anything like that. I'm kind of going to talk about my mom and the many things that she taught me along the way. You see, I worked with my parents in the different businesses we had, even Culver's. In 1961, Mom and Dad bought a little A&W drive-in. I swore I'd never stay in the food service business, but here I am yet today, 50 plus years later, still in the food service business, and I've worked with my parents, my mom, for many, many years. Both Mom and Dad are now deceased, but they taught me so many lessons along the way. And one of those lessons was being the right example to those around you, whether it's your team members within your business or out in the community. Mom was one of those people that when people walked into our place of business, those people thought Mom knew them forever. She was Miss Hospitality is what she was. She treated them like family when they walked into our business. And as well, Mom, being the owner, she set the example of doing whatever it took. If something was down on the floor, needed cleaning or whatever, you know, even though she was a beautiful lady and wore beautiful dresses, she was right there down on the floor doing whatever it took, cleaning the mess up, or carrying bus tubs back to the kitchen. And I like to joke, but it was no joke. When she got a little smudge of something on that dress, well, Dad had to buy her a new dress is what that meant. But she was such an example, and yet, working with her over the many years, I didn't get it as a younger person. I didn't really understand it till later on in life as I started to grow my career and look back. And what an example she was, not only to me, but to my brother, my sister, our team members, and as well all of our guests that visited our different restaurants, including Culver's. She taught me along the way as well to make the right choices, do the right things. I realized that at some point in my career that you always know what the right choice is. You got to look into your heart. You got to find it in your heart and let your heart make the decision. Don't make foolish choices that might, might satisfy you in some way, but it's not right. I know in your heart you always know what the right decision is. They also taught me, Mom and Dad both, to invite the right people on your team. I look back at them in the years when we had the Farm Kitchen Resort around Devil's Lake State Park, about the teams that they would form around them. Again, I didn't get it then, but again, years later when I look back, you know, Mom and Dad were not college educated at all. Dad hardly got through school, high school, but they were so good at not only surrounding themselves with talented people, but more importantly, people with great hearts. People that knew how to say please and thank you and my pleasure and mean it. I also found out over the years, I've got a degree in biology of all things, and in the science world, positive attracts negative. Well, not in the people world. In the people world, positive attracts positive. Positive people attract positive people. And as you graduates go out into the workforce, or whatever you're going to do with your life from here on, work for companies that are positive. Or when you create your own company, create that positive experience there. You will attract positive people to your organization. Never forget, as well, to continue to challenge yourself. Never stop learning. I remember as a young man, I was the president of our little country club in Sauk Prairie, Wisconsin, and public speaking was not my forte. And I had to give a speech for the annual meeting, and I got in front of a couple hundred people. I had to present an award to our professional, our golf professional, a statewide award, a big thing. Well, I got up there and I literally froze. How embarrassing that was. And when I finally got off, away from the microphone, somebody came up to me and said, "Culver, you need help." And boy, did I ever. And they channeled me into a speaking program, the Carnegie Effective Speaking class. And eventually I got a little bit better at it. Each time it came, I got over the challenge a little bit. And what I've found is when you overcome challenges along the way, not only do you become better at the business or whatever, but you also become a better person. You've grown as a person. And I think that's very important. So you must keep challenging yourself, you must keep learning, and you must keep growing as well. Embrace change, but stick to your core values. Never give up on your core values. But as well, you're probably going to have to change as well. In business, it's imperative that we change. You know, in business, we want to stay ahead of our competitors. So we always have to look for ways that we can change to be better. But I don't, as I said, we'll never give up on our core values of who we are. As well, embrace diversity. Whether it's different color of skin, gender, age, religion, lifestyle, or people with disabilities, we're all people. And all people want to be loved, and they want to be treated with respect. Partner with education. As a young manager, back years ago, as you know, I'm getting there. I'm getting a little older. But as a young manager, and I was a college grad, and I never thought of education as my partner in business. I thought educators and legislators were out to get me. They were always changing the rules on me. It was all about me. And I thought, who do these guys think they are? So I started firing off letters to the state superintendent of schools. Well, guess what? He fired them right back at me. I finally realized I was dead wrong. Education is one of the most important things, if not the most important thing, that keeps America rolling along, that keeps us ahead as a country, that keeps us treating people fairly. No, you don't have to clap. Please don't. With that said, we can't keep bleeding education the way we've been bleeding it with dollars over the many years. We have to start adding dollars to education. Please. I'm not running for governor, by the way. Touching tables. Touching tables is a restaurant term where me as an owner, a host, or the hostess, manager will go around the dining room and literally touching tables and asking how everything is at that table. Well, I believe touching tables extends much further than that. I believe touching tables extend to when our team members come into work each day, are we touching tables with them? And when they leave each day, are we touching tables with them? And when we're out and about in the community, are we touching tables with our neighbors, with our friends, or even strangers? If you're at the grocery store and somebody's walking down the aisle the other way, it's okay to say hello. It's okay to greet them. I think it's important we touch tables with all people. And when I get a chance to talk to high schoolers and younger, I ask them to step out of their box. And every class seems to have somebody that has no friends. Go touch tables with that person. Befriend that person. You're going to feel good, and that person that you're befriending is going to feel awfully good as well. Somebody loves me. This is a tough one. Don't let your personal devices replace real FaceTime. Tough one, huh? I see in my industry, especially the faster food part of our industry, even the casual dining segment, that I'm seeing a lot of mechanical, a lot of computerized devices being used today to do what? To save on labor is what they're trying to do. I don't want to see that at Culver's. I don't want to see that at all. I use the devices like anybody does, and they're great tools. But there's nothing that replaces eye-to-eye contact with somebody, with a friend or whatever. Nothing replaces that. And let's never lose sight of that. Share and give back. You know, at UW-Oshkosh, where I graduated from, I don't think we had the culture of giving back as you do here at this university right here at Ripon College. And I think that's terribly important, and I think that's something that should be talked about. For me, it's almost easier to write a check than giving of your time as well. But as young students or as graduating students, you can't necessarily write a check. But you know what you can do? You can give of your time. You can give of your time to charitable organizations, and that means a lot. And I found people that have done that over the years, and they've found their vocation by giving of their time to different charitable organizations. They've found their passion, and I think that's pretty special. If you find your passion in your workplace, I've said this before, you're never going to go to work again. That's a pretty cool thing as well. Finally, balance. Balance was always a tough thing for me. And the restaurant business is famous for it, as a matter of fact. You know, when you're at work, you're feeling guilty about not being at home. When you're at home, you're feeling guilty about not being at the restaurant. Well, you got to find a balance in your life. And you got to find it between your work life, your family life, your personal life, and your spiritual life. And when you can find or strive towards that balance in your life, you are going to be better at all parts of your life. You're going to be a better mom and dad. You're going to be a better friend. You're going to be better to your God. You're going to be a better manager or whatever you are in your workplace. If you strive for that, and I struggled all my life with that, but as you strive for that and you get closer and closer, you're going to be better. You're just going to be a better person. So with that said, I'd like to say one more time, thank you, moms out there. Again, thank you for all you've done. Dads, your day is coming. Your day is coming. Go Red Hawks!
Thank you, Craig. The Medal of Merit is Ripon College's highest honor. It's bestowed on individuals who have had a near lifetime of outstanding service to Ripon, while also distinguishing themselves in their professions and communities. This should establish for our newest graduates an example of alumni achievement of the highest order. Medal of Merit recipients have had a distinguished professional career, exhibited extraordinary personal qualities, and again represent the very highest degree of human excellence to which graduates of this college should aspire. This year's Medal of Merit is awarded posthumously to Alwyn L. Jarreau, class of 1962, jazz legend and 7-time Grammy winner who died February 12th, 2017. Ripon College Professor of Music Kurt Dietrich will join me in presenting the Medal of Merit to Al's son, Ryan Jarreau, who is here today to accept the award on behalf of his father.
Before I get to the official language here, I'd just like to make a couple of comments. One is, I'm so pleased to have been able to host Ryan for his first 23 hours in Wisconsin. It's been a pleasure. We've gotten a lot done in the last 23 hours. Also, I'd like to just briefly mention that last fall, in October, 2 Ripon College students, Mitchell Ethan, who is graduating today, and Kate Myshevsky, and I went to Milwaukee for a grand occasion. Al Jarreau was presented by the Wisconsin Foundation for School Music with a Lifetime Achievement Award. It's only the 4th of those awards ever offered, ever awarded, and it was a big event in the Pfister Hotel in downtown Milwaukee. Of course, in the few seconds that Al had, free from other people demanding his time, when he found out we were from Ripon, he wanted to speak with us. He embarrassed the students by asking them to sing the alma mater. But even more on that occasion, it was in October, and we were in the throes of the presidential campaign. When Al gave his speech that night, at the end of that speech, after he had talked about how we need to treat one another, what life is about, how to share, what was also announced that night, the scholarship fund that was established in his name for Milwaukee Public School students in music, how we need to look out for one another. Everyone in the room wanted Al Jarreau as president. It was a fabulous evening, and little did we know that in a few months he was going to be gone. Also, just one further thing before I get to reading the citation. After Ryan gets this medal, we are going to, the brass group, we're going to play a tune of Al's. And it is a tune that he recorded first on his Breakin' Away album, which was his first huge hit album back in 1981. And oddly enough, because he hardly ever remade tunes that he did, he recorded this again in 2014 in a tribute album to his great friend from his early days in the business in California, George Duke. And the tune is My Old Friend, and we don't have the words here, but just think about my old friend and what friends mean to one another. And you'll hear a little version of that in a few minutes. Mr. President, I have the distinct honor to present Alwyn L. Jarreau, Ripon College class of 1962, for the Ripon College Medal of Merit. Of course, I'm presenting Ryan. The following has been inscribed on his behalf. In appreciation of his unwavering support and devotion for Ripon College and its ideals of a liberal arts education, and his receiving an honorary doctorate of fine arts from Ripon College in 1988, in recognition of his legendary musical career, during which he won 7 Grammy Awards and was the only singer to win the jazz, pop, and rhythm and blues categories, in honor of his achievements in releasing 20 albums, touring the world numerous times, performing at the White House, and participating in the all-star 1985 track We Are the World, and in gratitude of him exemplifying the Ripon College values of service and maintaining an enthusiastic brotherhood with Ripon College alumni, no matter what their graduation year.
I'm just going to make this short and won't have a long speech. I just want to say I'm very proud to have had Al Jarreau as a father. Most people always ask me, how did it feel to have a Grammy-winning award winner as a father? And my answer always was, how did you grow up with your father? He was just a normal man when he was in the house. He wasn't Al Jarreau. He didn't go around requesting and demanding that people respect him. He was someone who loved people, loved interactions with people. He wanted to change people's lives. He wanted to improve. He believed in education. He believed in that a mind is a horrible thing to waste, and would remind me throughout my whole life. And he would talk about Ripon a lot. He would talk about everything this college has done and what it meant to him, and just what Wisconsin was to him. And being here in these 23 hours, I've learned a lot. I understand what this school and what this state and everything meant to him. And he grew up in Milwaukee, so he's from here. And the people I've met, a lot of people here just have the same values as my dad. So obviously this state and this university is contagious. A lot of great minds and a lot of great hearts come out of here. And I know that my dad would appreciate this, and he would love this, and just love what this university has done for him as much as he has tried to do for this university and just people around the world. So I just want to say thank you, and congratulations to the graduating class of 2017. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul and Kurt and Ryan as well. It is a tradition at Ripon College that each year the graduating class presents a gift to the college. Presenting this year's senior class gift are the senior class gift officers: Aaron Cannon, Brendan McCoy, Maddie Vandenhouden, Winona Holmes-Robbins, Ricardo Jaimes, and JJ Grinde. Will you please come forward?
Thank you, President Messitte. The Senior Class Gift Committee has been working to make the Class of 2017 Senior Class Gift a truly memorable one, as a way for us to leave our mark at Ripon College. Without the help of Ripon College community, this effort would not have been successful. We are here to show you just how much the Class of 2017 appreciates Ripon College. This year's gift will be split to support both the Senior Class Scholarship and the Annual Fund. A special thanks goes to the Alumni Association Board of Directors for each contributing $20.17 for a 70% class participation. Your generous support of the senior class gift is greatly appreciated. Our class really stepped up at this year's senior events, including VIP, 100 days, senior snow bash, and cap and gown parties. Many of our classmates have joined the prestigious 1851 Club, or made several generous gifts throughout the year, adding to our class's legacy at Ripon. Mr. President, the class of 2017 is pleased to inform you that 72% of the senior class participated, and along with the board's contribution, we raised a grand total of $2,689.35 for the senior class gift. Thank you, class of 2017. You should take great pride in our gift and its lasting impact at Ripon College.
And a sincere thank you to the members of the Ripon College class of 2017 for your generosity. To welcome graduates into the ranks of Ripon College alumni, I'd like to present Jean Schneider, Ripon College class of 1990, parent of a member of the class of 2017, and president of the Ripon College Alumni Association Board of Directors. President Schneider.
Chairman Peterson and trustees, President Messitte and members of the administrative staff, Dean Wiggenbach and faculty members, to the many family and guests honoring their graduates today, and to the Ripon College class of 2017, congratulations. As president of the Ripon College Alumni Association Board of Directors, it is my honor and privilege to officially welcome you to the ranks of Ripon College alumni. In less than an hour, you will join more than 11,000 others who are part of a very special group, the extended Ripon College family. Commencement is a celebration in which the whole Ripon College community shares in your achievement and honors you for your efforts, your commitment, and your many successes over the last 4 years. What I didn't fully understand when I was sitting where you are 27 years ago was what commencement meant for me. It was a mix of emotions: happiness at reaching this impressive goal, sadness at the thought of not seeing my close friends on a daily basis, a strange combination of hope and fear about what the future holds. However, when I look back at my time since that day, almost 3 decades ago, what I should have realized is that commencement is a new beginning. It's the start of amazing experiences, new challenges, and endless opportunities. No matter what the future holds, you get to embrace it, enjoy it, and to move forward in this world as a Ripon College graduate. You are now part of a very unique family. As Ripon alumni, you now have a new network of collaborators, friends, and advisors that is larger than you could have ever imagined. Today is all about celebrating you. However, please remember that every day of your life will bring multiple people to appreciate, love, and celebrate. Today is Mother's Day, and I'd like to say Happy Mother's Day to all of the beautiful moms we have with us. I have two very special mothers with me today, my mom Ellen and my wife Joyce, another Ripon College alum. Two very special women who have always supported me, loved me, and helped me in every way. There will always be many people in your life who are by your side. Today is no exception. I have other family members I love with me as well. My daughters Sammy and Nikki, my brother John, my in-laws Bruce, Joanne, and Marcia, yet another Ripon alum, and my personal hero, my dad, Gene Sr. Well, if I'm being completely honest, they're not really all here for me. My son Gino, my dad's namesake, sits with you today as a Ripon College graduate of the class of 2017. I'm a first-generation college graduate, and now I am here sharing this wonderful accomplishment with my son. I am very blessed, very proud, and so incredibly happy. My family has been the backbone to my success and happiness in my life, just as I am sure your families have been for you. Graduates, think for a moment about all of those in your life, your family and friends, all of the special people that have helped you along your journey. Always make sure you appreciate everything they sacrificed for you. Keep them close and continue to walk your journey beside them. Today your family has grown. You are now a part of a family that is Ripon College alumni. This family will always be there for you as well. In addition to maintaining your ties with the college, the role of the Alumni Board is to grow your relationships with Ripon alumni. You know many today, and there's thousands more out there that you're going to meet. Many of these friendships will follow you throughout your entire life. You will find Ripon people nearly everywhere you go. From personal experience, I can tell you that once you find out you're both Ripon graduates, you will see the smile, the knowing look, you will greet each other as old friends, and you both will feel that special connection that only being a part of the Ripon family can bring. As you begin this new journey, the Ripon College Alumni Board will always be there to help. We have grown your family through some of our sponsored events, including the Senior VIP Party, the Cap and Gown Party, several Alumni Career Days, and the Career Discovery Tour. As a new Ripon alumni, there are now many opportunities to develop relationships with your extended Ripon family. Alumni of all ages who share the Ripon College experience and community. Going forward, please make sure to take advantage of all alumni events, regional get-togethers, summer reunions, and so many other networking opportunities. These events are incredibly fun, and they will allow you to relive your Ripon experience as well as create many new lifelong memories. And if you are interested in giving back, please consider being a member of the Alumni Board, where you can contribute to building and executing the vision of the Alumni Association. Our board of directors contains a diverse group of members of all ages, including some very talented board members who were sitting in your chairs just a few years ago, proving that you are never too young to become involved in your new role as alumni of the college. When I sat in one of those chairs in 1990, standing before the class of 2017 was the furthest thing from my mind. You will find that life takes many unexpected twists and turns. The lessons I learned at Ripon, both in and out of the classroom, and the friendships I have made through the Ripon family have helped me in countless ways on my own journey. We know and are excited that adding the class of 2017 will make Ripon's over 11,000 families stronger than ever. On behalf of your Ripon College Alumni Association, congratulations again as you embark on the next step in your journey, and welcome to the Ripon College family. Congratulations.
Thank you, Gene. Each year, the senior class board recommends a senior to address the graduates, and indeed all of us on this special occasion. Our speaker this year is J.J. Grinde of Ripon, Wisconsin. J.J. graduates today with majors in chemistry, biology, and philosophy. During his time at Ripon, J.J. participated as a member of the Theta Chi fraternity, men's tennis, and the ethics bowl team. He also served as a student EMT. This spring, J.J. has been touring Southeast Asia and teaching English to middle and high school students just outside of Siem Reap in Cambodia. And I've been following him on Facebook as I've been following the growth of his facial hair and the growth of my own facial hair. After graduation, J.J. will enter the Peace Corps and serve as a secondary education chemistry teacher in Mozambique. J.J.
I'm not looking forward to seeing how sunburned I'm going to be tomorrow morning. It's not going to be pretty. President Messitte, trustees of the college, faculty and staff, don't worry, you're almost free of us. It seems customary over the past few years that we would have our graduating class, we would stand up, you'd find your families and give them a quick wave. That isn't going to happen today. Graduation ceremonies, in my experience, they're far too often about us, the ones sitting here. But look around us. There's a lot more than just us who got us here. A tragic mistake is made when we forget that our Ripon experience did not occur in a vacuum. There have been plenty of other people behind us from the start. We didn't do this alone. So for that reason, I'm going to ask my classmates to remain seated, and instead, I want everyone else to stand. So friends, family, faculty, staff, everybody else, stand and receive the recognition that you deserve. That includes you guys. Get up, get up. It has been said that it takes a village to raise a child. Well, we just saw firsthand this is what it took to raise the class of 2017. We wouldn't have made it without you, whether we know it or not. So on behalf of the class of 2017, thank you all. It's kind of ironic that it's on Mother's Day, and I'm going to be talking about a phrase that my dad constantly loves to use. Whenever the opportunity presented itself, he would always say, JJ, it's all about the little things. And in response, when I grew up, I would kind of nod, smile, laugh, something, just go about my day. But if we're being completely honest, I really didn't know what he meant by that. With each passing year, our time here at Ripon has shown me more and more what he was actually trying to get across. And there's a story that some of us are familiar with that I think really captures what it is that he wanted to get across. So many of us are intimately familiar with Professor Dr. Hatcher's famous carpenter story. So to all the psych majors that we've got, or anybody who's already heard this, just bear with me, we'll get through it. So the gist of the story goes like this. A highly regarded carpenter is planning on retiring in the very near future. But before he can actually hang up his tools forever, the boss comes to him and says, I need you to do one more project, just one more, and then you're free. You're out of here, do your thing. Reluctantly, he agrees, but he's not really excited about the project. His work is unrivaled. No one could top this guy. The issue, though, is it took many years to get there, and it came at a cost. His calluses have calluses. His hands are as rough as the sandpaper he uses. With this final project, he slacks off a little bit. The work is still good. No one would really dispute that. But the carpenter himself recognizes this isn't his best work. He could probably do better, but he's so close to being done. He usually would have spent a little bit more time on the finer details of his work, so sanding the cabinets, making sure all the edges line up perfectly, making it flawless. He should have, he would have, but the fact of the matter is he didn't. Instead, he finishes the house, and he takes the keys and tosses it to his boss as he's walking in the front door. And as he's walking out, the boss looks at him and says, hold on, just hang on. And he tosses the keys back to him and says, this was your final project. It's your home now. We've all been in this position before, whether it's working on a job, pretending to write a paper, working out, preparing for an exam. We've all been there. We just want to be done. But out of everything that we've created so far, you don't want to be known for something like this, unfulfilled potential. So what can we actually learn from this? For starters, we are the sum of the decisions that we choose to make. We get out what we put in. Every single choice, big or small, ultimately shapes who and what we are. And I genuinely believe that the greatness of our lives shrinks or expands in proportion to how often we're willing to push ourselves. Whether that's a family, a career, or just ourselves in a general sense, the lesson holds. And this is especially true when no one's looking, because as we're soon to find out, very seldom is anyone actually going to be checking over our shoulders to making sure we're doing things right. It's up to us to have the integrity to hold ourselves accountable and to do things right. So do that extra set of push-ups at the gym, even though you hate it. Sand the kitchen cabinet so it's actually perfect and you can take pride in your work. Take more time to talk with your family. It's all about the little things. While we were on the topic of getting out what you put in, this story serves as a good example for education. We aren't done yet, and we never will be. If we truly believe that we'll never have to pick up another book, that we've actually reached the end, that we'll never have to argue for ourselves, or that we'll never have to think for ourselves, what we should do is come up here, get our diploma from President Messite, shake his hand, and then hand it right back to him. Because we haven't learned anything yet. The fact of the matter is we're just getting started, and it's never going to end. So I challenge each of us sitting here, dare to pick up another book, dare to learn something new, dare to expand what it is that you know. It's all about the little things. Another lesson we can draw from the carpenter story is that we only really notice the final project. We rarely notice all the work that actually went into making it in the first place. We all see Nikki setting faster and faster times on the track, or Paige scoring hat tricks on the field, or Ty and Abby breaking all sorts of records on the courts. But we forget the countless hours they spent training early in the mornings, watching film after practice, and just dedicating the time necessary to perfect their technique. In FAR, I spent 4 years watching Allison and Emily and Lincoln setting curves on pretty much every exam out there, but none of us here really saw the number of hours they spent either in the lab or in the library working to perfect what it is that they knew. We all see President Messite doing his presidential things, but we don't really see all the time and effort that it takes to truly lead this college. Speaking of which, as we looked around, we were all supported enough by our friends and family to make it to graduate from Ripon College. But we didn't always see the struggles that they faced to get us to this point. The final outcome is all that you really see, but it takes the smaller, behind-the-scenes work to get us there. It's all about the little things. Behind every big moment, whether a graduation, a birth, a wedding, a promotion, there are countless little things that led to it. And it's important that we don't forget it. I doubt many of you are going to remember what really happened at this ceremony, and honestly, I'd be surprised if most of you remember this speech a year from now. The thing is, that's okay. What you are going to remember here at Ripon College are the little things. You'll remember the first time you broke down in front of someone your freshman year, and they were still there for you. You'll remember those late night talks with your closest friends and how excited you were about the future and everything you'd be able to do in it. You'll remember that Tuesday night with the tequila and your 3 friends, but if we're being honest, no one remembers that night except for the people you spent it with. As we progress through our lives, through our careers, through our inevitable ups and downs, try not to forget that the big moments will likely pale in comparison to the smaller ones. Class of 2017, I wish you all the best of luck, and I hope each and every one of you finds your little things. Dad, there you are. You were right. I'm finally understanding it a little bit better now, and it's all about the little things. Thank you.
Will the members of the graduating class please rise? And gentlemen, replace your mortarboards. President Messite, it is my pleasure to present to you the members of the Ripon College class of 2017 who, by vote of the faculty, have completed the course of study for the degree Bachelor of Arts.
Okay, so now I'm going to do my presidential thing, as JJ says. Ladies and gentlemen, by the action of the faculty, the Board of Trustees concurring, and by the virtue of the authority vested in me, I confer upon you the degree of Artium Baccalaureus with all the rights, responsibilities, privileges pertaining thereto. Will all but the first row now be seated, and Dean Wingenbach, will you present the members of the Ripon College class of 2017 for their diplomas?
Elizabeth Martha Abbots. Ryan Richard Adams. Michael Ryan Allen. Jessica Lisbeth Almaraz. Robert J. Appleton. Patrick Ian Spencer Baraney. Kayla Marie Beck. Danielle H. Bain. Paige Marie Birschbach. Jordan Nicole Braband. Emma A. Bronson. Paige Jacqueline Budenhagen. Erin Elizabeth Cannon. Stephanie Louise Cartwright. Emily Rachel Cliff. Emily Ann Coates. Sarah Jo Konjerski. Rebecca Chalisa Crockett. Hannah Fairfield Davidson. Noah Logan DeBryan. Veronica Jane Delisle. Tessa Kelly Dillenbuck. William John Dorjath. Ryan Matthew Edquist. Mitchell Joseph Ethan. Robert Nicholas Enright. Elizabeth Ellen Erdman. Mariah Rose Everts. Courtney Nicole Featherly. Connor Davis Becker Feldus. Amy Elizabeth Fells. Naomi M. Farrell. Bradley David Fluter. Aaron Lee Frassetto. Aspen Nicole Gehaber. Emma Louise Goral. Logan Gran. Courtney Christine Green. Cameron James Green. Jeffrey Lewis Grinde, Jr. Jordan Kate Grunewalt. Jorge Luis Gutierrez. Matthew David Hecht. Megan Lynn Hempsey. Nicole K. Herkert. Catherine Olivia Hetzel. Nikki Compton Hill. Hannah Marie Hirsch. Winona M. Holmes Robbins. Gabrielle Elizabeth Horstmeyer. Haley Renee Hoskins. Austin W. Houston. Ne Myo Tet. Michaela Ray Huseman. Kenneth Daniel Hurley. Ricardo Jaimes Jr. Megan Aaron Jensen. Morgan Catherine Johnson. Nicholas A. Julian. Brennan A. Kane. Alexander M. Kazmierski. Lucas James Killian. Noah Frederick Kinch. David Thomas Klink. Daniel Herbert Knox Jr. Isabella Madeline Cole. Noel Raleigh Korzaneski. Madeline M. Castor. Avery C. Cron. Shaylin D. Krieger. Stephen Lloyd Lanphier. Liam Ariti Lesniak. Carlene Nicole Lisco. Kirsten Elizabeth Lutke. Hannah Nicole McKenzie. Allison Rose Macknick. Ryan Scott Meyer. John Samuel Malatia. Brittany Lynn Mangan. Dennis Michael Manti. Eric Allen Martin. Zachary Wendell Matson. Tanner Maurice McCarthy. Adeline Bridget McCauley. Brendan J. McCoy. Alwyn Daniel McDonald. Seth Bradley McDonald. Fabiola Mercado. Rebecca Merwin. Hannah Kathleen Metz. Moret Moret. Anthony Albert Michelon. Emily Lynn Miles. Haley Beth Mishler. Brenna Ellen Montgomery. Elizabeth Jane Morgan. Jordan M. Moole. Julia Marie Mucci. Michaela Gabrielle Myers. Christine Tron Wynn. Delphine Ingabira Tegea. Luna Elizabeth O'Hearn. Matthew Allen Olson. Corey Ellen Osborne. Matthew Scott Pace. Andreas Athanasios Palumpus. Angela Lee Pamprin. Ashley Joan Parkinen. Kelsey Noel Patterson. Nicholas Lee Pearson. Diana Pedroza. Diane. Boyd Matthew Peterson II. Stephanie Alexis Peterson. Andrew Joseph Pyatt III. Valerie Susan Pike. Joshua Michael Plummer. Sydney Aaron Rodant. Cassandra Marie Reed. Allison Ann Reinhardt. Cheyenne L. Rickerman. Zachary Lyle Reinhardt. Brandon William Rowe. Matthew Casey Rampon. Ty Sabin. Madeline Ray Salser. Josie Matthew Schaefer. Zachary Andrew Schmidt. Eugene Anthony Schneider III. Courtney Nicole Schroeder. Robert John Schutpeltz. Tara June Schultz. Randall A. Scroggins II. Danielle Susan Sanger. Susan M. Shively. Sain Min So. Sean Philip Sovsky. Mason Robert Stangl. Rachel Elizabeth Stanley. Rachel Jeanette Steiner. Vincent Stensrud. Jordan Todd Steedy. Joshua Anton David Strelo. Jason Dean Strickler. Sarah Nicole Streeter. Jacob Christopher Tazalar. Mra Ditsa Tan. Tucker Donald Theed. Nicholas Patrick Tillman. Ryan Xavier Tracy. Shane Patrick Andrew Tracy. Nan Win Fong Tran. So Lu Tun. Benjamin Guillermo Valdez Hempel. Amber R. Van Kuyk. Madeline Marie Vanden Houten. Amber Marie Vokel. Benjamin David Vorpal. Jacob Jeffrey Walter. Cecilia Marie Ward. Jacob Lee Weber. Catherine Lorraine Wendorf. Justin Randall Wiersma. Alexandria Jean Wilbur. Abigail Joy Williamson. Lincoln Isaiah Wirtz. Nicole Lynn Zeman. And Elizabeth Marie Zimble.
Give it up. Okay, so I'm basically all that stands between you and the great wide yonder. So good afternoon. Today, I carry a coin that I gave each of you on August 24th, 2013. Right here. A couple of you had it on stage as well. It was your first full day on campus. We had ice cream in my backyard. Today, we're going to have custard over there. That was the day, though, that you began your Ripon experience, and so I still keep that coin from that day. I hope a few of you do have yours, because 4 years may seem like a long time when you're 21 or 22, but it feels like not so long a time when you're 48, or whatever else we are here on the stage and out in the audience. All right, yeah, right. But 4 years is 16 seasons, and it come and gone, and now, of course, we're here on May 14th, 2017, and it's time for your college days at Ripon to end. My guess is that back on that day in 2013, you and maybe your parents as well were a little bit scared, maybe a little bit nervous, but over the past 4 years, you've achieved great success in the classroom, on the playing fields, and with your artistic and creative work. You've grown and benefited from working with us, but each of us here at Ripon are better because of each of you. I know that I am a better human being because Emma Bronson made me ride a mechanical bull for charity. I know that life is more enjoyable because I've had dinner and talked about Italy under the Roman sky with Susie Shively and Hannah Metz. I have a better appreciation of the arts because of Allie Wilbur and Tara Schultz and the work they did at 314 Watson. I have marveled at the acting ability of Allison Macknick. I've admired the sportsmanship and poise of Jordan Steedy on the basketball court, the record-breaking speed of Nikki Zeman on the track, and the passion and determination of Maddie Koster in volleyball, basketball, and softball. And I will miss talking politics and international relations with Andy Palumpas and Cecilia Ward and Zach Matson. And I know you all will have memories of Ripon too, and they will change as you grow older, because for many of you, your years here will become larger and more powerful. And for others, Ripon will become a fond, sun-drenched, snow-drenched, rain-drenched memory of a special time in your life. But when I go around the country as president, doing my presidential thing, as JJ might say, when I speak with alumni and I have conversations with people who this place is important to, the conversation often starts with this: who were the people that made a difference for you when you were in college? And I assume that one day a future president of Ripon will come to see you, probably asking for a donation, but this is another story, and by the way, you ought to give him and her whatever they're asking for. But this future president is going to ask you about the people that inspired you at Ripon, and you will have a story ready. Maybe it was studying music with John Hughes. Maybe it was learning chemistry with Colleen Byron. Perhaps you'll remember working with Vice President Melissa Anderson to create Beauvais Mercantile and Study Bar downtown. Or perhaps it was playing basketball for Coach Lauren Johnson and making it to the Midwest Conference Tournament. No matter what you remember in the years ahead about Ripon, today we rejoice in the beginning of a cycle of sorts. We celebrate your past and clap for your future. And just after this ceremony, there will be hugs and smiles and tears, and we will take photos to preserve the moment. It's a happy and sad moment all rolled into one. Now, a month from now, at orientation, a new batch of first-year students from the class of 2021 will walk these same pathways. They will sleep in the same dorms that you slept in. They will hike on the same prairie, but they will run on a new indoor track in a beautiful health and wellness center. And I will give each of these new first-year students a coin in August as they begin their journey to the place that you all sit right now. Cardinal John Henry Newman, a 19th century religious thinker and scholar who began his faith as an evangelical and then studied at Oxford and became an Anglican priest and finally converted to Catholicism in 1845, commented on this cycle in his second sermon. He said, quote, "We mourn over the blossoms of May because they are to wither, but we know withal that May is one day to have its revenge upon November by the revolution of that solemn circle which never stops, which teaches us in our height of hope ever to be sober, and in our depth of desolation never to despair." And so it's important that as the years pass that you remember Ripon College, this place you called home, for the past 4 years, the alumni that came before you, and those who are yet to be part of the Ripon experience. For the last 4 years, you've needed Ripon. Starting now, Ripon needs you, your expertise, your smarts, your connections, and yes, your resources. This college is what it is today because of the generosity of those who preceded you. We, the faculty, the staff, will not forget you. Do not forget Ripon. I wish you all good things today and in the years ahead, and thank you very much. I'd like you to please rise and join in the singing of the Alma Mater, led by the senior members of the Choral Union and the chamber singers under the direction of Dr. John Hughes, Assistant Professor of Music and Director of Choral Activities. The words, by the way, are on the back of your program. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the 151st commencement exercises of Ripon College. For those of you who have traveled to be here today with us, thank you for joining us. To the class of 2017, again, congratulations. I'd like to remind all of you, there's a reception immediately following at the top of the hill or behind you in front of Smith Hall. In honor of Mr. Culver's visit, Scoopy is here, along with Rally the Red Hawk, to hand out fresh Culver's frozen yogurt. Custard. Oh, geez, God almighty. Custard.
It's okay.
Custard, good night. It was perfect right until that moment. Following the singing of the alma mater, please remain standing while the bells peal as the faculty recess.